Hello everyone! Welcome to the first ever Baking with Becky segment on 95.5 FM. Thank you, The Light, for having me today. I wanted to partner with The Light for a while now, and I'm honored to be able to make this happen. I want to be like a light for you in trying times. With that said, I think you deserve a sweet treat, and even though it seems impossible since Star fell, you can actually make a lot of sweet treats still. Some of these items are rare, so try to follow along as much as you can. It also helps if you have a group of friends you want to make this with. The more people, the better. Eating sweets isn't to get full, so sharing is ideal anyway. Today we'll be making, drumroll please, pumpkin cake. We'll also be making a delicious buttercream frosting to put on it. As a quick note, I'm not going to teach you common recipes, so when I say add sugar or something, I assume you know how to extract sugar water and the process of crystallization from beets. The main cake recipe calls for 2 cups of flour, some peppercorn, 6 large eggs, 15 ounces of pumpkin puree, and as much saffron as you can get your hands on, as well as some corn oil. The frosting recipe is pretty easy. 1 whole stick of butter, 32 ounces of powdered sugar, and a touch of milk. Let's start with the cake and the pumpkin puree. Take a small pumpkin and cut it in half. Don't try to cut the stem, it's too hard and you could get hurt, trust me. I learned the hard way. Lightly salt it and put it on a tray or skillet covered. Let it do its thing. Mashing it with your hands works, but I'm so grateful to have my blender. It's one of the only things I was able to take with me since. Anyway, after it's blended or mashed with no lumps, your puree is ready. In another bowl, add all your dry ingredients. Flour, peppercorn, some salt, sugar, and saffron. I know saffron is extremely rare. Try to trade for it if you can. It has an almost honey-like sweetness and even healing properties. Star pollution gets rough, but if you're in a really polluted area, the cake can offer comfort in more ways than one. Mix all these ingredients together and set this bowl to the side. Next, get a new bowl. Here, put the wet ingredients like your pumpkin puree, honeysuckle if you have it, corn oil, eggs. Mix that and now get the first bowl and mix this bowl together, and you'll have a batter. Yours might have some separation because of the pumpkin, and that's totally normal. Everyone's will look a bit different. Go ahead and put that in a pan and bake it. Make sure it has a lid if you plan to use your stove. I know times are tough, and ovens rarely work these days. Let that bake and let's move on to the frosting. This is my favorite part. To make sure your frosting isn't grainy, get your sugar and blend or grind it with some cornstarch. Does it look familiar? It's now powdered sugar. Add a room temperature stick of butter and milk to the texture you like. Make sure everyone who contributed gets a piece of the cake, and remember to support each other. For some of us, the support from our friends, family, and neighbors are the only things that keep us going. If you don't have any of these tools, I'm happy to help. I try to stop by Deadville every morning so I can sell some things. If you give me your pumpkins, I can make them into a puree for you. Or I could even loan you my blender. I love you guys and stay sweet.